Hi everyone, this is Smriti. I'm welcoming you all to my channel QA automation classes. So we are going to continue with the stream concepts. So we have already covered introduction to the stream, then filter, and then map. And today we're going to look into the flat map concepts. Okay. So what exactly is this flat map? Okay. The flat map, what it does, it actually works on the collection of the objects. So what do you mean by collection of object? So we have a list, right? List is nothing but the collection of the certain elements, integer elements or string elements, whatever. So it is a collection of the elements. And when we have list of strings, so we have similarly how we have one list, we have multiple list like that. Okay. Then we say list of strings or list of integers. So when we have that collection of the elements, there we are going to use flat map concept. Okay. And this flat map, what exactly it is going to do, it is going to work on those kind of the collection, and it returns a stream, and on each stream or filter, on each stream the filter or map condition can be applied, and then the result can be collected into the another collection. Okay. So we came to know what we are going to do. We are going to use the flat map, and in the flat map we are going to use it on the complex collections like list of integers or whatever complex collection is there. We are going to use that one, and then it will return a stream, and on top of that stream we can apply the filter or the map condition. Okay. So let's create a new package with the name flat map. So that is flat map. Here we'll have three example. We'll see how to work with the integer with the help of flat map, how to work with strings, and third one how to work with user defined data type that we have our student class will use that one. Okay. So let's start flat map with integers. So let's say flat map demo 1. Okay. So flat map demo 1. So what we're going to do, so as I told you, we're going to have collection of objects. So let's create first a list of integers, and then we'll create multiple list of the integer, and then we'll add them and we'll make it as a list of integer. Okay. So public class flat map demo 1, that's a main method. Okay. So we'll start by creating the list. Okay. So let's say list of integer, I'll say lst1 equals to new array list. I can go with that, or let's say we have already seen, right, arrays dot as list, that will be easy. So arrays dot as list. So let's add here 1 comma 2 comma 3. So let's say we have three element 1 and 2 and 3 in the list of integers. Let's import this one from the, okay, util.list. Okay. So similarly we can have the multiple lists. So I can copy paste. Okay. So let's say this is list 2, and here in the list 2 I can have 12, 11, and let's say 12, and let's say 13. Okay. So we have these values. Similarly list 3, so I have 21, 22, and 23. So similarly list 4, let's say 31, 32, and 33. Okay. Let's have list 5 also. So list 5, and here we have 41, 42, and 43. So now what we have, so we have 5 list 1 has 1 to 3, list 2 has 11, 12, 13, list 3 has 21, 22, 23, list 4 has 31, 32, 33, and list 5 has 41, 42, 43. So 5 list I have created, right? So each list is nothing but the collection of the individual integer values. So this is a collection, right? So list 1, list 2, list 3, list 4, list 5. So now what I want to do, I want to have the I want to integrate all of them, right? I want to add all of them into one more list of integers. So how to do that? So let's say I'll say list, okay, list of, sorry, let me copy this one. Okay. So list of integer, right? So here also we'll say again one more list on top of it. Okay. Let's say list. So now list of integer, right? So here we have the list of the integer equals to we can, sorry, not equals to, we have to give L list. Okay, like L list or something, you can give the name, it doesn't matter, equals to arrays dot as list. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these lists as a list to the list of integers. So I can add list 1 comma list 2 comma list 3, like that I can add list 1 list 2 list 3 list 4 list 5. So let's say here this is list 2, this is list 3, this is list 4, okay, and list 5. So what I did here, so I created another collection of the element, that is a list. So what is this a list? A list has list of integers, because I already created the list of the integers, right? That is list 1 list 2 list 3 list 4 list 5. All those individual lists I'm going to add it into another list of int. So now you will see list of integer. So a list equals to arrays dot as list 1 list 2 list 3 list 4 and list 5, sorry. So here you can see list 5. So now I have created a complex collection out of it, and collection of elements. So now on top of it we can apply the flat map. So how to apply the flat map? So I can say we know how to apply the flat map and all the concepts. First go with the that object. So this is our object dot. So first I have to add the string, that is for sure. After adding the string we can add map or filter, but instead of that I'll go with the flat map. You can see there is a concept called flat map. Okay, this is a method, right? So let's go with the flat map. So in the flat map, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let's say what kind of example we can do. Okay, so let's say we are going to find the square of the each number. Okay, so how to do that, how to get the square of each number? So then I'll say, so in the flat map, let's say n, and this is the lambda, so n, okay, dot stream. So again we are converting that into the stream. So see, here means each object, what is the content of the content of this object L list? So L list contains the individual list, right? So list 1 is a list and list 2 is a list. So on each of the individual list we are going to again apply the stream. Okay, so that means first n will be list 1. On that list 1 I'm going to apply the stream method, and applying the stream method, what we are going to do, as you have remembered in the map, I have told you we can use the map function, and in the map function I can say a a, a star a. That means how we are mapping, so from the each list take the one element, each element, and then transform it into as a multiplied by a, that is square of the a. So now what we are going to do, dot collect. So how to collect, we have the collectors dot to list. So it will give a list. So list of what it is going to give, it is going to give the list of integers, because this is what we're going to get, right? So let's say list of the integer. So let's say a list or a squared list or something, squared list. Okay, so now I can simply put this or print this squared list, yes, out. Okay, so squared list. So let's run this one and see what we're getting. So run. See, so now what happened here, if you see 149, so this 149 came from the square of the this list value. Okay, so now here when we go here, so list of the stream, so we converting this list, this L list of integer, okay, which contains all those 5 lists into the stream dot flat map. So we are using the flat map method, and here what we are going to do, for each of the list we have inside that. Okay, so the list of integer has 5 lists. So for each of the lists, so first iteration it will go to the list 1. So for the list 1, what it is going to say, so let's take n dot stream. So the whatever the list content is there on that list, the entire list, we are going to apply the stream method. After applying the stream method, what we are going to do, we are going to apply the map method, because map method is the where we do the mapping, right? We transform the element to have the some other value. So here we're transferring as for each of the element, right, from each stream. So now from the flat map of the list 1, so list 1 has 1 2 3. So for 1, it's changed as 1 into 1. Similarly for 2 it changes as 2 into 2. For 3 it changes as 3 into 3. So now if you see this one, so first one is done, the list one is done. Then again for the list 2, so list 2 what it is going to do, it is going to do the square of 11 and then 12 and then 13. So if you see, these are the values 11, 12 and 13. Okay, similarly 21, 22, 23, all of the square up all of the lists content is listed out here. That's how you work with the integers with the flat map. Okay, so now we can have one more with the string. Flat map demo 2. So here my intention is to go with the string. So we can have a list of the string, multiple list of the string, and then we can do some something like we can change to uppercase, we can find the length, whatever operation we can do, we can do. So let's say main method. Okay, and here let's start creating the multiple list. Okay, so list of, here I'll say string. Okay, list of string s1 or something else. S1 equals to arrays dot as list, right? Similarly how we did last time, arrays dot as list, and here we keep on adding the strings. So let's say Alex, and let's say alpha. These are the two things. List, enter, import class. So let's copy, we can have the multiple list like that. So let's say Becky, and here beta, so h2, and then s3 here and s4 here. So s3 arrays dot as list alpha Alex, Becky, here you can say Charles. Okay, gamma. Okay, so maybe we can have these three. We don't need this one, alpha, beta, gamma. The concept stays the same whether you take 3 or 4 or 5. So now let's add all of them, right? So how you will add? Arrays dot as list. What we're going to add? We're going to add s1 comma s2 comma s3. So three things we're going to add. But how it is going to get added? So here what we have to define the data type, right? Or return type. So list of, okay, here we'll define list of integers, sorry, strings, string. Okay, so list of the string, I can say s. Okay, so s equals to arrays dot as list s1, s2, s3. So what we did on top of the s, we have consolidated, or like we have added all those other list s1, s2 and s3 into the string, list of string object as s. So now maybe I'll say all. Okay, all strings. Okay, so all strings. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the flat map here. So how to apply the flat map, we all know. So all dot stream, right? Then dot, what we're going to do, flat map. The concept here is we're going to use the method of the flat map. So flat map method, so inside the flat map what we're going to do, so first we have to iterate for each of the list element, right? And we have to apply the stream, right? So we can say, so okay, so let's say s, okay, s dot stream. So I have applied the h stream method. After applying the stream method, what I'm going to do, then I'm going to use the map method. So in the map method, what I'm going to do, let's say all of them, convert them into the uppercase. So how to convert that into the uppercase? H dot to uppercase. Okay, uh, h dot use uppercase, sorry, s s dot here to uppercase. We have to give the lambda here, right guys, right? So you are doing the map, that's okay. Maybe instead of s we can give a or something. Okay, anything is fine. These are the different values, right? What you need to provide. Sorry, not b, here a. So a dot to uppercase. So here what we're going to do, we're going to apply the change all of them into the uppercases. So after changing them into the uppercases, what we're going to do, we're going to do a collect. Okay, so collect collected dot to list. Okay, so now I'm going to collect everything in the form of the list. So let's say list of the string. Okay, here I'll say upper string. Okay, equals to this the one. So now okay, string dot flat map. So here dot collect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the s out, and here I'm just going to print out a string. Okay, so now if I run this one, let's see what happens. Okay, so if you see, all of the string, like all of the list values has been converted into the uppercase. So Alex, and then alpha, then Becky, then beta, then Charles, and then gamma, everything has been converted into uppercase. But here also one more thing we can do, let's have this one, let's convert them into the, let's calculate the length of the string. Okay, so how to do that? So copy paste here. So we'll decide what we have to keep. Okay, return type and what we have to keep. All strings dot stream dot flat map is dot stream. So for each of the list we are going to convert them into the stream again, and then dot map. How I'm going to map a lambda expression a dot, in case of two uppercase I can use the length. Okay, so when I use the length, okay, dot collect as a to list. So what it is going to return me? Okay, so it is going to return me the list of the integer, right? So I will say list of the integer, not a string. So let's copy this and update it. List of integer, so integer, and let's say length equals to something. Now I can do s out and I can print the length. And now if I run, I can see the length of the each of the string. So now Alex is 4, alpha is 5, Becky is 5, beta is 4, Charles is 7, and gamma is 5. So this is how we worked with the strings. So after working with the string, one more example we'll see, flat map with our user defined class. Okay, so we'll again see the example of the student class I have already created. Right? Let's say flat map demo 3. Okay. So here, let me copy those object creation. Okay, okay. Let me keep it handy. Okay. So let's say main method. Okay. So main method, and here what we're going to do, we're going to create a list. How to create the list? So we'll say list of. Okay. What we're going to have student. Okay. So list of student. Let's say s list 1 equals to, we have to say it's a array list. Okay, new array list class we will to instance it array list of, here also we'll say student. Okay, so new array list of the student semicolon, and now let's import this one, import class, because student is in the different package. If you see all together, right, we declare somewhere here student, right? Yeah, and then list has to be imported, alt enter. Okay, so what happened? Import class. Okay, so import is done. I created a student list which had this information, new array list of the student. So let's go and copy this value. Okay, flatmap demo 3. Okay, so what I want to do here, so I have to is list one dot add. I just copied this one, just don't pay attention there. So is list one, so for each element how to add the individual element, so take the object name dot add, right? So how to add, so we can add with the help of the, we have three, we can go with the new operator. We will create the object, right, and we have to pass some values. So add, we can say new. Okay, so new student and age 20, 2000 and Sam. Okay, this is how we need to add. So what we are doing, we are creating a list. On the top of the list, we are seeing the add method. In the add method, what we are passing, we have to pass each student information, right? So each student information consists of the three fields. If you remember the student class, I'll quickly show you. So it has age, fee, and the string name. Three things we need. So now here I'm passing the age 20, 2000, and Sam. Similarly, I can have multiple, one more for the age list. Okay. So now let's say 30. Okay. 2000, instead of that let's say 3000, and let's say done. Okay, so this is ace list one, or maybe a couple more I can add. So ace list one dot add, now let's say 40, and here let's say 4000, and here say Alex. Okay, so let's say these three student informations are present in the student list one. Similarly, what I can do, I can create another student list h2, and then I can add three more student lists or multiple student lists we can add. So s list of 2, and here is let's say 21 and 31 and 41. Okay, let's say 21,000, 21,000, 31,000, 41,000, and here let's say James, David, here let's say Becky. Okay, so these are the two elements. Let's substitute it with this list 2. Okay, this is also done. So now what I did, I created a list of the student s list 1, and there I added three student information, Sam, Dan, and Alex. And here also I created, and again I created a second student list, and there I have added three more new student information. Okay, James, David, and Becky. So after adding all of them, what I need to do, I need to add them all into a single list of student. So how to add that one? I will say arrays dot as list, like that is the method I can use, arrays dot as list, and here is list 1 comma is list 2. So I'm going to add these two things, as list 1 comma is list 2. So these two things I'm going to add into the arrays dot as list, and let's store it, right? So how to store it? So I'll say, sorry, list of, okay, so now again you can say list of the student. Okay, so now give some name, all student, all students equals to, this is the complex collection we have created, collection of the collection, right? And on top of it we can apply the same, and the stream we can apply, and then we can apply the flat map. So what we're going to do, so let's say we change all the student name to the uppercase, right, or whatever. Let's take a simple example. So now what we'll do, so all students dot stream dot, and now what we need to do, we need to use the flat map. Okay, so flat map, and in the flat map what we usually do, we usually get the each element, right, each list element, and try to put that into a string, right? So let's say s list or student list. Okay, s list dot stream. Okay, so I'm converting that into the stream, and then I'm going to use the map. Okay, so dot map, what, how we're going to map, so let's say s lambda s dot, wait, instance of, sorry, I think I did some mistake here. Okay, so okay, so let's say flat map is list dot stream, right? Okay, this is there. So after applying the flat map, we will, here we will apply, I think, right, dot map, that was the mistake, guys. So now we're going to map, how we are going to map, so we'll say student, for each student, so s dot student dot age or name, let's say name. Okay, we'll change it to uppercase. Okay, to uppercase, right? And after this, what we're going to do, we're going to say dot collect, collected dot to list. Okay, so let's put it here, and now it has to be stored, right? So list of the string, right? So what it gives a list of it. So what we are going to do, we are going to change all the names into the uppercase. When we are changing the names to the uppercase, right, so it has to return me a list of the string only. So now let's say list of string. Okay, some give some random name like student question. So now I can do a s out and I can just print it. Okay, student. So now let me run it. See again, if you want to use those predicate and all, here also you can use. Okay, like multiple conditions may have filter, whatever we want. After that, see, so we can use here. So the main concept here is we have to flatten it first. Okay, so we have the collection of the object. So first we have to flatten it. So on the collection of the object, we are using the stream. Then what will happen? Then with the help of the flat map, we are going to the each item. So s list 1 and s list 2, there are two items inside this all students, right? So two items are there. We are going to the each item. On each item again we are putting the stream, and then after that is applied, then we are doing the map or filter, right? Whatever we have done till now, we can again do the similar operations, and then we are collecting that into the list and storing that into list and just printing them. Okay, so if you see, this is the concept of the flat map. Okay, so till now we have completed introduction to the streams, we completed the filter, we completed the map, and we completed the flat map. So next session we'll see some different methods like count, limit, mean, max. Okay, so these kind of methods we'll be seeing next time. Sorted. Okay, so that's all to this session, guys. If you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel and share with your friends and colleagues. So I will meet tomorrow again. Thank you. Bye bye.